My parents cut me from Thanksgiving. No warning, no hesitation. Just my mom's voice saying, "Your sister wants her boyfriend to make a good first impression. Having you there would make her look bad." I was standing in my garage, grease on my hands, cold air biting my neck, when the line went silent. I didn't argue. I didn't beg. I just hung up and stared at the floor, like it might offer some explanation. I thought that was the end of it. But the next morning, my family showed up at my door furious, and her boyfriend said something that changed everything. I am Willow Carter, 29 years old. People say I look softer than my job suggests. Long hair I keep tied back, eyes that reveal more than I intend, and a face that somehow stays feminine even when there's engine grease on my cheek. But none of that ever mattered to my family. To them, I've always been the one who fixes things, not the one who belongs. I grew up in a house where appearances were currency. My mom curated our family the way people curate social profiles. Perfect smiles, perfect outfits, perfect stories. And beside my little sister, Ava, the family's polished brand ambassador, I was always the background piece. Ava shined. Ava dazzled. Ava entered rooms expecting applause. And usually got it. Dad played along. A daughter in PR with soft curls, that was brag-worthy. A daughter who rebuilt engines? Useful, not talented, not exceptional, just handy. I didn't fight it. Challenging the Carter narrative only made things worse, so I learned to stay quiet. Strong, the one who handled it. When the sink leaked, I fixed it. When Ava dented her car, I crossed town at midnight. When my parents forgot bills, I stepped in before penalties hit. I poured so much into them, I didn't notice how empty I'd become. My garage became the only place that felt like mine. Concrete floors, the scent of oil, the steady hum of engines that never judged or compared or diminished me. So when Mom uninvited me from Thanksgiving, I wasn't shocked. It still hurt. A deep pulsing hurt I didn't want to name. But it wasn't new. She'd used the same soft, polished tone she always used before saying something cruel. Your sister wants her boyfriend to have the perfect impression. You showing up might complicate things. After she hung up, the shop lights flickered above me. Outside, winter pressed against the doors. It felt strange realizing my own family could exclude me from a holiday meant for gratitude. But something inside me tightened. Not anger, not yet. Just clarity, like a bolt finally locking into place. I cleaned my tools, locked the garage, went home alone. For the first time, I wondered what life might look like without them. The next morning, someone pounded on my door so hard the frame rattled. Half asleep, hair loose around my shoulders, I opened it to find my entire family on my porch. Mom, Dad, Eva, and the boyfriend she'd been grooming the world for. Their faces were red from cold and from something else, anger. Mom didn't say hello. Why did you tell people you weren't invited? I didn't tell anyone. You must have, she snapped. Your grandmother called us. Do you know how humiliated we were? Humiliated, the same word she'd used about me ruining Ava's perfect impression. Dad shook his head like I was some recurring problem. You twist things, Willow. Always making us look like the bad guys. Ava crossed her arms, wrapped in a cream coat that had never met dirt. She eyed my loose t-shirt and pajama pants like they were deliberately offensive. It's unbelievable you're doing this right now, she said. You know how much pressure I'm under. Before I could reply, her boyfriend stepped forward, hands in pockets, quiet, observing. Logan Hayes, exactly the kind of man Ava Hurst smiles for. He didn't look furious, just confused. Mom continued, Ofa's building an image. Her career depends on it. You showing up in work boots and smelling like oil. Dad cut in. It's not wrong to ask you to stay home 1 year. Eva added, it's literally not a big deal. I let them talk. Let them stack excuses like bricks. Finally, Mom demanded, do you have anything to say for yourself before I could? Logan spoke. Oh wait, Willow Carter. The air went still. Eva hissed, what are you doing? But Logan wasn't looking at her. Sita, you're the Willow Carter who restored that 72 Charger, the one everyone talked about on the forums? My breath caught. Not because he recognized me, but because my family didn't. Eva sputtered, what? No, she just fixes cars. Logan shook his head. Logan, she builds them. Restores them? Restores them. I followed her work for months. Dad scoffed. Mom frowned. Eva flushed crimson. Your craftsmanship is incredible, Logan said. And with that, the Carter hierarchy cracked. Mom quickly stepped in. Well, that doesn't change anything. We came because we need to talk about responsibilities. Responsibilities. The word they had chained to me my whole life. Dad cleared his throat. The roof is leaking again. We need you to take a look today. Ava followed. And I need money for decorations. It's important for my event. Can you transfer it by the weekend? You're asking me for money after uninviting me? Ava rolled her eyes. And don't be dramatic. This is separate. Mom nodded. A family helps family helps family. The irony hit so hard I nearly laughed. They hadn't come to apologize. They came to collect. Logan looked between us. You're serious? After everything you just said to her? Dad barked. This is none of your concern. But Logan didn't back down. Is this normal for them? I didn't answer. I didn't need to. Ava groaned. Willow? I need the money. And Dad already told people you'd handle the roof. Don't make us look stupid. Image. Always image. Something in me settled. A no. Mom blinked. What did you say? I'm not fixing the roof, and I'm not paying for decorations. Not anymore. Dad stepped forward. After everything we've done for you. You mean feeding me as a child? That was parenting. Not alone. Ava scoffed. You're being ridiculous. You always help. Not anymore. Mom snapped. We raised you, and I'm grateful. But that's not a lifetime contract. Wind whistled between us. Logan exhaled. Good for you. Ava's face twisted. Why are you taking her side? 'Cause she isn't wrong, he said. Mom flushed. Dad clenched his fists. Ava looked ready to explode. You'll regret this, Dad warned. But I felt nothing except peace, relief. They didn't move until Logan stepped toward me instead of them. That broke whatever control they thought they had. They left in a storm of slammed doors. By Christmas Eve, snow piled against the garage, but inside, warmth and laughter filled the space. Mr. Bennett's mail route stories, teens teasing each other, little Lily running with crooked cookies. Tasha hugging me so tight I laughed. It wasn't curated, it was real. For the first time, I felt like I belonged somewhere. I was reaching for cider when the garage door rattled violently. My family stormed in, faces red with cold and rage. Mom pointed at me. You humiliated us. Your relatives called. Do you know what they're saying? Dad jabbed a finger. You think you're better than us? With your little garage and followers? Ava burst forward, mascara streaked. Logan left. On Christmas, he said he needed space. From me and my family. She glared at me. This is your fault. Before I could speak, Logan appeared behind them. No, he said. It isn't. Eva spun. Why are you here? Because I wanted to be somewhere genuine. Your sister built something real here. You never appreciated who she is. Mom gasped. Excuse me? Logan ignored her. I'm sorry she lived with this dynamic so long. Dad growled. We're her family. Not you. A family doesn't treat her like a utility, Logan replied. Ava's voice cracked. You're choosing her? I'm choosing decency. Mom whipped toward me. I tell him he's wrong. Tell him we didn't rely on you. I walked to the workbench, pulled out a brown envelope, and handed it over. These are the payments. Everything I've covered over the years. Dad looked triumphant. Until he unfolded the papers. Insurance, repairs, fees, emergencies. All of it documented. Mom's face went pale. You kept track? No, I kept boundaries. You just ignored them. You're unbelievable, Dad stuttered. We raised you. You owe us respect. I owe you honesty. And here it is. I'm done. Ava screamed you ruined everything. Logan stepped between us. Stop blaming her for your behavior. Mom lunged for the papers, and no one will believe this. They already do, I said, gesturing to the room. Every face reflected the truth. You'll regret this, Willow, Dad said. No, I replied softly. I regret letting it last this long. Eva turned to Logan, voice breaking. Please come home. This isn't who we are. It's exactly who you've always been, he said. She sobbed. So you choose her garage over me? I choose respect. My parents deflated. No image left to protect. No audience left to impress. I opened the door wider. Leave. This time they listened. Logan turned to me. You okay? I nodded. Something inside had finally settled. The storm outside raged on, but inside the warmth remained. Chosen. Steady mine. A year later, standing outside my garage watching snowdrift under warm lights, I realized my life wasn't perfect. But it was finally mine. I no longer chased a seat at a table that never wanted me. I built my own. And somehow, it filled itself. If you've ever had to walk away to save yourself, you're not alone. Share your story below, and hit subscribe for the next.